Hey there, this is the lesson video for 1.2, solving multi-step equations. This one, our goal is to solve multi-step linear equations in one variable using inverse operations. So a big thing within this one is, again, we're still trying to solve, so we're still trying to get that variable by itself. But then we also are going to use this new term called inverse operations, which essentially just means the opposite operation as to what's going on. Let's jump in. So this one, I'm just going to read it out again. This one here says we have 2.5x minus 13 equals 2, meaning we have 2.5 times x minus 13 equals 2. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add 13 to both sides. And this will get us down to 2.5 x equals 15. Now with this one, we have 2.5, to make that a little more pronounced. So we're going to divide both sides by the 2.5, and we'd be left with x is equal to 6. Okay. Notice how again we did two different steps. We first had to add to get rid of the minus, and then we had to divide to get rid of this multiply. Anything we do to one side, we always do to the other. Alright, another example very similar to this. The first thing we want to do with this one is read our problem. So we have negative 12 equals 9x minus 6x plus 15. Well, notice that we have x's and we have variables. So within this one, we have to put these things together. So we have 3x, and then if I want to move the 15 around, I could subtract 15 on both sides right away. So I'd be left with negative 27 equals 3x. This I would now need to divide. So I'd have divide by 3 and divide by 3. So my x value is simply negative 9. Okay? Again, read the problem first. It'll help you decide what is going on within here. So here we have 2 times x minus 1, that quantity, plus 3 equals negative 8. So for this one, you could do this a couple different ways. I'm just going to do it what I find the most natural. Is the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to distribute, so I'm going to multiply, because again, a number in front of a parenthesis means you have to multiply to all pieces inside of there. This would now become 2 minus 2x plus 3 equals negative 8. I can put the 2 and the 3 together, so really I have negative 2x plus 5 equals negative 8. I would have to subtract the 5 on both sides. Now get negative 2x equals negative 13. Now I would want to divide by negative 2. So divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. I'd be left with x equals 13 over 2, which is also the same as saying 6.5. Okay. This problem has been started for us. It has not. We got to finish it though. So our overall problem says use the table, so this guy, to find the number of miles x you need to bike on Fridays so that the mean number of miles biked per day is 5. Remember that the mean means average, meaning that we add everything up and then we divide by the number we add up to get the average. So we've already been told the mean has to be 5, which is why we have here equals 5. There are 5 days in the week, So we're adding up each of the 5 days and dividing it by 5. Finally, we're going to look at here. So we have 3.5 plus 5.5 plus 0 plus 5 because we know those 4 values. We don't know the value of Friday. Okay. So we've already put in the first step. Let's go ahead and finish this one. We add everything together in the numerator, that's the like terms. We get 14 plus x. We don't know what x is still. So we have all that top divided by 5 equals 5. So the very first thing we're going to do here is we're going to multiply both sides by 5. Well, this is because, again, if this was a divide by, we want to cancel that out. So now we'd be left with 14 plus x equals 25. I'm just going to rewrite this over here. So 14 plus x equals 25. Subtract 14 from both sides, and we would have x being 11, meaning the answer, that the number of miles we must bike on Friday, would be 11. Alright, one last problem to look over, and then we'll jump into the last part. Again, this problem is already done for us, so we're just reading over it and seeing how is the correct one done. This one says your school's drama club charges $4 per admission for people to come to a play. The club had to borrow $400 to pay for the costumes and the props. After paying back the loan, the club has a profit of $100. How many people attended the play? We know the ticket price was stated as being 4. So we said, alright, this is $4 per person times the number of people minus the $400 we had to take out to pay for everything, meaning we are left over with the profit here. Okay? As we start to put this all together, we get 4x minus 400 equals 100, because we've converted it from a word problem down to a numerical equation. At this point, we're going to add the 400 to combine like terms, so we get all the numbers on one side and the variables on the other. So we have 4x equals 500. 4 times x, let's divide by 4 to get rid of that 4 times. So we have x on the left side, and on the right side we have 125 people attended the play. Alright, so to close today, you're going to have a short exit ticket quiz. This is going to be on Canvas. Again, you're not doing the 1.2 homework until the Wednesday session of this week.